Hello, and welcome back to the How to Feel Horror podcast, where we review horror movies and horror movie franchises. This is Jigsaw. I know you're probably wondering where Mark, Maria, and Talon are, but today it's your game to listen to this episode.
Welcome back to the How to Be Horrors podcast, where we review horror movies and horror franchises. I'm Mark,
I'm Tawan.
I'm Maria.
and today, instead of reviewing a movie or ranking a movie franchise, we will be talking about the traps from Saw. Now, with all 10 movies, there are a bunch of traps. There were some that were great, some that were duds, and just didn't make any fucking sense, and some that made us all question, like, would we be able to survive that? And those are the traps we're going to talk about. I asked Tuan and Maria to come up with both to come up with three traps, three of their favorite traps. We're going to talk about them. But before we do that, I want to talk about my favorite trap of the whole franchise. Well, my second favorite trap of the whole franchise, because I always ask myself, what would I do if I was put in this trap, and like who, like what would I have to do, and who would be the other two people in the trap with me? And that's the public execution trap from Saw 7. You guys remember that trap?
Yeah, with the two guys and the girl.
Yeah. For those of you listening, it's the one where it's the two guys, and then there's a girl that's dangling at the top, and we learned that she's been fucking or dating both of these guys without them knowing, and Jigsaw pretty much tells them, you guys you fight to the death, one of you dies, and then you and the girl leave, or you just let this bitch get lowered and she dies and you survive. Now I want to say I will be like, I'm surviving no matter fucking what. You gotta go. But then I'm just like, who's on the other side of this saw with me, and who's dangling in the air? And would that change my mind? Would I be willing to take that ultimate L to let the other two people survive, or am I killing somebody? That's pretty much what it is. And I just don't like. I want to say I will do it. The person who's dangling is obviously the person who's definitely in the wrong. But who is that person? And it kind of gets tricky for me. Could you guys? What would you
Tell
guys
me,
do?
Mark, what if you were the one that was dangling? Do you think you would
Honestly,
still fall in? Answer that
honestly,
first.
if I'm being honest, that's actually my issue with it, because I'm just like, I might be the person dangling from the fucking top, like, and it makes it worse is that I think I would have died because I would did the exact same thing she did, and she was cheering on whoever the fuck she thought was winning at the time. So that's my main issue with it, because I'm just like, damn, that would be me. I would be her. But do you guys think you would have? Do you think you would have sacrificed somebody?
Yeah, I would have sacrificed whoever was at the top.
Because they seem like a logical person, right? Like, obviously they're the ones in the wrong. You and the other person are presumably like naive or like ignorant of the whole situation.
Especially like I could always find a new partner, and they weren't loyal to begin with. If that's the point, so like, what are we even doing here?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm throwing it over to you, Tuan. Now you have three traps. Are these all traps that you think you can beat? Or are these traps you want to know if we beat? Like, what? How did you make your trap list?
Honestly, I just did my list based on my favorites, not if I could
Oh,
survive them.
mm.
Now, maybe y'all might think y'all could, but you know.
Give me one.
So one that I have is the oxygen crusher, like one from Saw 6, when the it was our main guy playing the game and the janitor, and they had to
Oh, the
like,
janitor.
yeah, and they had to hold their breath, or because any breath that they took would like crush their sides. I just know I would lose that. Like, I would not be able to like hold my breath for that, especially because I have taken up. I am a vapor. It does not fare well for me. So I just know that I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, maybe if I was in a little better shape or something, maybe we could try it. But I definitely would have been like janitor, like the first point where that thing like crushes, like pushes in on me. I probably would have like just started breathing like profusely.
I don't think I would have survived. I think I would have given up because I gotta scream, I gotta shout. I can't just sit there in silence and barely breathe. Like I'd be dead. I couldn't survive. But what about your second trap? What do you got there?
I have the finger trap from Spiral. Now,
No fucking way. I could. I'm not gonna lie. I I knew one of you was gonna put that on your list, so I watched that scene. There is no way. I, I feel like he was cheated though.
he was cheated. I think we said that in our review that he was cheated. Um, that he was
Because
cheated
why was
out.
the water running already? The water should have started running when he woke, when the clock started. Like you can't be having the water running and then you talking to me and give me instructions. That's cheated.
Yeah, he was kind of cheated out of it, and especially after seeing Saw X and that other guy who was in the finger trap, where he just had to like break his fingers. Getting your fingers stretched, like literally ripped off, versus just having them like crack up and break are two completely different things. And I just do not think that I would be able to have them ripped off that slowly as he did.
Could you survive that, Maria? Would you have pulled your fingers off?
No,
You could potentially get them back.
but it's a lot of pain. Like as soon as I feel them stretching, I'm like, nope, nope, I can't do it.
It's
Like just kill
pain
me.
or die.
I'd rather die. At least
Oh my
at least I don't
god.
feel the pain after. I'm dead.
They could put them bitches back on.
That's
I
fine.
just don't think because like it's kind of like the rack from Saw, was that Saw 4 or 3, where he was getting his like body parts twisted. Like that's not the one I picked, but I'm just saying like just the slowness of it is what
Yeah.
does it. Like if it was just like a quick rip, I could maybe think about it a little bit more because it would just be like quick and maybe I could do them all at once. But it's the fact that it's like slowly just pulling them, and then you have to bite down on that vice. So it's all up to you as well to like keep it going.
Well, what do you have at your? What's your third trap?
So I did have more than three. So I gotta pick one. Uh, I'm gonna go with the needle pit from Saw 2. I think out of all the ones I have, this might be the one well, I could definitely survive it. Now, what I don't think that I would have been able to find the needle with the key on it though. Like we we don't know how deep that pit was, but there were so many needles in there. Like I feel like there is no way that as quick as Amanda found it, which we know she was in on it, so like she could have known where it was. But I don't think there is any way that you could have found that key that quick. And I don't have a fear of needles or anything, so that part doesn't scare me. But definitely getting like manhandled and thrown into the pit like Amanda did, that would send me into a spiral. And we're already under like a nerve agent gas or whatever, so that would just amp it up even more. So I think I could survive it, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
Before we go over to Maria's trap, I want to just mention that another trap that stood out for me was Strom's trap from Saw 5, I believe,
Oh
where
hell
he had
no!
the thing over his face and he had to like do the tracheotomy. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't have done it. I I would have never thought about it. it would have never even came up. And if
Dead
I thought
ass.
about it, if I thought about it, knowing me, I would have been shaking and would have just slit my own fucking throat by accident and actually do a fucking tracheotomy. So I would have been dead either way. There was no way I was gonna survive that. Just none. But
I
let's
wouldn't
go over
have
to
even
you.
thought of it.
Right? Like I would have been freaking if I would have been banging my head against the fucking like wall. I would have not thought to like, oh, let me put a little hole in my throat for oxygen.
High
I'd
key,
have
my
never
ass
had
would
that.
have probably started drinking the water.
Oh my, I don't. Jesus Christ.
I probably would have started drinking the water.
Jesus Christ. But what about you, Maria? What are the traps that you have? Are these traps that you think you can survive? You want to know if we survive? Are these your favorite traps? Like what? How was your list made, and what's your first trap?
So my first trap is the horsepower trap, the one with Chester, which
Oh
rest in peace. But
Was that the tornado one?
no, no, no. She's talking about the one from Saw 7. It was like the racist.
Oh, oh, damn. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I like because that trap took out three people, four people in one. You know, I honestly don't know if I'd do it. Like if I was in Chester's place and I had to rip off my fucking back, like the skin on my back, I don't know if I'd be able to do it, to be honest. Like it's a lot because like that's a lot of surface. That's a lot of fucking skin to rip out. Um, and I feel like it's even worse because it's like if you fail, you literally kill three other people. Um, but it's a brutal trap. It's one of my favorite traps because it's just so brutal. Like one guy gets his fucking limbs torn off, the other guy gets fucking like smashed into. The girl, her face, oh my god, like that is just so bad. And then the guy who's in the seat, I think he flies out, I'm assuming, from like the momentum. Um, so it's a lot. Like it's a lot of moving parts, but like it works. And I feel like it's a trap that's a very doable trap, like in real life. Not that I would do it, but I can see how it's done.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, that's my first one. Well, honestly, my second trap was also the finger one, the one where he was like getting his fingers ripped off. Which I already said I wasn't, because that is so. Okay, well, I guess talking about another trap from the same movie, Spiral, was the one with the guy who had to rip off his tongue. He had to like, you know, kick or whatever the hell he had to do before like the train came. And I actually don't know if I would have been able to do that to rip off my own tongue to like, because even then I still gotta run, like I still gotta like find somewhere to hide. I don't know. I feel like I would have let. I feel like I don't know. I would have let the train hit me. I would have died faster, you know. And I feel like regardless, I probably would have died even if I had ripped off my tongue. I think that's what happened with the cop that was in the trap. He ended up dying anyway, you know.
The theme of your traps have been so far, like, I'm gonna just give up and die. Like, what?
I'm not one for pain.
You need to
I hate
fight,
it.
Maria. Fight. But,
No, I look, clearly he chose the
I'm
right
with
one because
Maria.
I'm just gonna sit
oh
there like,
my
look,
God.
it's either a fast death or pain, and I'd rather die fast. Like maybe I
Real.
wouldn't even feel it. Yeah, right. Like, look, um, and to be honest, I'm gonna go back. Well, no, actually, well, that's what I have for that for my second one. I just look, I'm not gonna play anybody's game. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna forget what he said anyway, like halfway. Like I'm just gonna be like, I forgot. Like he would have been like he would have given me a riddle and I would have been like I don't get it. Like I would have been overthinking it and my 60 seconds would have been up, you know? I would have forgotten what he said. Like I don't understand when they give him like all these elaborate like directions and like these people are just doing it. I would have forgotten so fast. I would have been so terrified. First of all, I woke up in the middle of like I don't even know what the hell. And like if for him to be like, you gotta do this and this and this, I would have just been like, what? Like, can you repeat that? Like why is the timer starting right now? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Um, Definitely I'm a give up and die type of person. So
Well, take us home. What's your last trap?
my last trap, um my last trap is the bathroom one. We're taking it way back to the first movie. Um, Honestly, I don't know if I would have survived this either. Like, um, I don't think I would have cut off my own foot. I probably would have stayed there and just starved to death. I would have been like, you know what? This is it. Like, I'm not, no. Um, I mean, it would have been interesting because I feel like that first trap was very like escape room kind of theme, which was cool. I mean, who doesn't love a good mystery? But like, because I mean, at the end, he did want, Dr. Gordon to cut off his foot. I would have just been like, nope, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my family. I can't do it. Like, you just got to keep me in here, I guess. Um, and that's that. Like, we're just gonna have to stay and sit in here. So, but it's a good trap, though. I mean, I don't know. It's like I feel like they're like in one room like the whole time, but so much happens in that one room, and there's so many clues everywhere, and I just feel like it's definitely a lot of planning for it, and you could definitely tell. Um, but yeah, I would have tried a little bit, and then as soon as like it got hard, I would have been like, you know what? I think that's it. Tried my best, thought as hard as I could, and that's it. I'm dead. We're just gonna sit here and stare at each other until one of us just dies.
Okay then. So you're just gonna give up and die? That's what the theme of all your traps. I get it. I get it. I say I'm a fight over flight, but I'm probably just gonna lay down and take it as well. But we shall see. But I do have a question for you both. Which game do you think you'd survive? Like of all the games that are played, which one
Hmm.
do you think you survive? Because honestly, I don't think my favorite game is Saw 2. I don't think I would survive. That big muscular man definitely would have killed me. He would have caught my ass off guard, staring into space while he was going crazy, trying to get my number, and I would have been so fucking lost and confused. He would have got my ass. I'm not gonna lie. And then that one with the game with the little merry-go-round shit, I would have been gone. At that point, I've been like Maria and just like flung myself because they got me fucked up. Don't be spinning me around this many times. But is there any game that the two of you think that you would have like beaten or had better chances in?
Uh, hmm.
I think I could have. I think Logan's game, like 50-50, because one, I mean, I must have done some fucked up shit if I'm in there with all those people. But two, I feel like those games were pretty easy. Like those games were definitely winnable. Like, you know, I feel like I definitely could have won. Some of them, I feel like maybe I could have gone like halfway. Um, you know, I feel like the first trap where they were like, "Oh, you need to feel some blood," and it's like, yeah, a little bit of blood. All right, I could do that, maybe. Um, and then like the second trap, I mean, that was clearly geared towards that girl. I feel like that was so easy to figure out too. Like that girl did not have to die the way she died. Like she could have lived. The third trap, but that's because nobody was paying attention to anything. Like, and that one dude was forcefully trying to leave, even though it said no exit. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's a reason they're trying to direct you towards that door. Like, that's like, don't be stupid. Um, and like the trap. Well, the trap for that dude with like the motorcycle. That's between him and John. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Um, good luck.
Good
Sorry
luck
that
to him.
happened. Yeah, good luck to him. But that has nothing to do with me. And then, oh well, the last trap. I mean, they were gonna have to kill each other anyways. But like, and then in the way that John also gave his stupid riddle where he was like, "Your key is in the," or whatever the hell he said. Like, who would have fucking thought to open that thing? Who? But I feel like I would have probably died there, depending on who my opponent was, because you know. I mean, the girl did die, even though she had the gun, and then the other guy was starved to death anyways. But they were all awful people. But I feel like it's definitely a game I could maybe make it like to the second last or towards the end. I would have made it. Um, I would like to have thought so. And yeah, that's the one I think I'd win ish.
Yeah, I think. Um, so are we saying like a get like the entire game in general or a trap, Mark?
The entire game in general.
Okay. Um, I believe maybe Saw Fives. Now, getting to the end though, where we had to like cut ourselves for the blood, that might be the part where I might be hesitant. But everything else, and if I was in the game and without like and could play it differently, I think it could be survivable because they all they had to do was honestly work together and as like in the movie all the traps like every all the keys and like all that stuff everything was shareable, so I think that I could have maybe survived the game in Saw 5.
Do you think the three of us would survive a trap together? I feel like y'all would sacrifice me, and that's okay.
That's crazy. I
That,
mean,
that
you've heard Maria this whole time. If it's gonna be slow, she take herself out.
True. Maria, like I know it needs to be three of us to get out this trap, but I'm
She like,
done.
I'm not doing it, and I wouldn't blame her.
Me, I would like Maria, get your ass on this fucking thing and do this so we can get out of here. Maria, like, nah, I'm gone.
Wait, what trap are we talking about?
Any
No,
trap.
he said like if he asked if the three of us were in a trap together, will we
Oh yeah,
survive?
I'd be like, you guys, good luck. I believe in you guys.
And I'd be
Tell
like,
them
Maria,
my
if you don't
story.
get
Tell
your
them.
ass on this, get on this
I'm,
fucking seesaw thingy, Maria, now.
I'm like, tell them I was brave.
No, I would say the opposite. She gave up on us. I barely survived.
I wouldn't even blame her.
But you know what? You know which trap I would definitely save because Homegirl had the right idea. That trap where they could only get out if whoever gave up the biggest amount of like pound of flesh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, that one. She did have the right idea, but why the fuck was she using a small ass knife? She had a meat cleaver
Yeah,
right next to her. Just
that's
chop chop. Like I,
that was annoying the
not chop
fuck
chop.
out of me. She was making it so harder and so extra. She was causing herself more pain for no reason. It was it was stupid. But I when I was watching the movie, that when that part came up, I was like, that guy had the right idea. He has a lot of stomach. Chop that shit off. You good. You got a lot of fat. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, he gonna have to cut. Like, he gonna be dead because that's a lot of blood vessels in that
Yeah.
nigga belly. I was like, fuck. And then she just went straight for her hand. She didn't do it the smart way, but she got that shit done. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
yes.
honestly, if he would have done the same thing, he would have definitely have won, you know.
Mm-hmm. But yes, those are the traps. Now, do you guys think you could come up with like a game or like a trap that would get people?
Hmm, that's a good
Mm.
one.
I feel like the
Uh,
ones I have in my mind are all like sex related.
Oh,
Bye.
So I'm gonna skip this one and just like give it to you two. Do you two think that you could create an intricate, crazy game and have crazy traps? Like, what would be on the spot? What would be your like the trap? Like, I feel like the trap for most of Saw is the reverse bear trap. Like, what would be your trap in your game?
Hmm, that's a good one. Damn.
wait. What do you mean? Like,
Like if you had to design like a trap for a Saw movie, what would your trap be?
mm,
If you were Kramer, Hoffman, Amanda, and you had to put someone in a trap, what would it be?
huh. I would do I think I would do the carousel roulette one, the shotgun one. Um, cause like, you know, like on top of like pain and like like physical torture is also like mental torture because you got these people yelling at you and trying to save their lives and everybody's turning against each other. Like that's just fucked up. Um, so that would like I definitely feel like that would be a part of my trap, my game. Um, and honestly, I would just do like really easy things, like
Oh, I
like
got
in
an idea.
Spiral, right? Like in Spiral, where with the bottles and stuff, like that was an easy trap, but like that guy died, so um, yeah, I don't know. It would, I guess, be things like that, like easy, but also like not just fucking them up like painfully, but also like psychologically.
I think think okay. I think I have an idea for one, and I feel like it would be like a um like what Maria mentioned, like kind of like the mental torment of like um the carousel trap. I would kind of set up like like kind of like a tick. It would be people in 3x3, like a tic tac toe board. So it'd be 9 people in general, and 2 players. They have to decide who dies, but it's also working like tic tac toe, and they have to get 3 in a row of their people who die or
Oh my
whatever.
God, what if it's like a group and then it's like tic-tac-toe and if you get three in a row,
Those
one
people
person from
die
your
or
team,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And like it would be 2 players. Then it'd be
I
like
like this.
whoever are the game players. Those would be those they would have to like pick or whatever. Because yeah, like I kind of like what you mentioned
It's
there with the
given
carousel
Squid
trap.
Games. It's
High key
given
though.
Squid. I like it though. Um, I think for me, my traps would all be simple because Like who putting all that shit together? Like who buying all these materials? Who rigging all this shit? That's a lot of work.
That's true. Like,
See,
who's gonna help me
that's
carry the
why John.
bodies?
That's why John had them apprentices, so they can put that. He just drew the pictures and shit, and he made them go buy the shit and put it together. He's smart. He's smart. I respect it. But yes, guys, that's it. We just talked about the traps and the game, like what we thought would be, good. I got a random ass text message. Okay. Well, that's our conclusion to our Saw franchise. This short, quick, little fun episode. It was good, I see that, my co-hosts have some very interesting ideas. Tuan has some very detailed ideas for a Saw game, so you gotta keep an eye out on him. If you find me dead on a tic-tac-toe board, Tuan did it.
Hey man.
Oh, but like my last question, I almost forgot. What would be your reason for your players? Like, what would be your overall? Every game has like an overarching reason for like why these players are here. Some of them
Hmm.
are petty as shit, but what would be like your overall reason?
Uh, that's a good one.
Would it be people who just did petty shit to you in your past? Would it be revenge on someone who's like people who's wronged your family? Are you being petty and just throwing all your exes in there with the bitch they cheated on you with? Like what are we thinking? What are we thinking?
I probably would pick if I could be do anyone. It would probably be executives of companies that I don't
That
fuck
you've
with.
worked for?
No, that I don't fuck with, or just have like shitty policies or whatever. Like the CEO of Ticketmaster would have to be in there for sure,
Oh
because
my
I didn't got
god.
fucked over too much.
That's
So
a
one's like
different
eat the rich.
They would be, and and the
But-
people would be for it. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think it would be like
What
CEOs or some shit.
what about you, Maria? What would be your reasons?
Honestly, it would probably be like serial like or rapists and serial like murderers and stuff like that. People that have gotten off of like just gotten lucky because of the system. Um,
True.
I feel like I feel less bad. I mean, if I was taking revenge, I would definitely feel bad. I'm sorry. I would be like, I would just be like, you know what? Here's the key. Go like,
Oh
free
my god.
yourself. But yeah, I would do it for like like pedophiles and just people that have hurt other people. But have enough power or like just get lucky with like the system to just not really stay in jail the way they should be. Um, maybe I'll be petty and throw in some people in there I don't like. I don't know. I'll think about it. I might not do it, but I'll think about it. I'll be like, you know what?
Mine's gonna be
Just
kind
like a
of
fun
petty.
little mini game.
Mine's gonna be kind of petty. My people are gonna be like those annoying, entitled influencers, or like those spoiled, like obnoxious people who think they're just like better than everyone. Like I want to put them. They be in my game. Like people like that. People who are just like rude and disrespectful and have like no accountability, no like care or like empathy towards other people. Like they would be the ones who are in my game because watching them squirm and beg and be like, "Why me? Why me?" It's like you know why you're here. You know why you did this. Listen to my fucking tape, bitch, and suffer and try to win my game. But
Or we can do
or
Saw, or we can do Saw All Stars. Everybody who survived the trap got to come
oh
back.
yes,
Oh my
Everybody who
pull
god,
a
survived got to
Hunger
yeah.
come back.
Games, pull a Hunger
That's
Games.
ready about to have a
Yes.
quarter quill in this bitch.
Oh my god, stop. I would like that.
I'm
Oh,
sorry
I would.
if I would be so pissed in my life. Like, not only do you get through
He
the
got me
traps,
twice.
like how do you get me twice?
I barely made it the first time. Like,
I
damn.
just
I only
I
got one
either
arm. I can't cut the other one.
oh that's true. for the people that had to cut off their limbs, like Jesus Christ, like the pain and then and then the reminder of that pain. That's a lot. It's just like
Now you
I'd
tell
be
me they had
so
to cut the
mad.
other one off.
Can you imagine? I'd be just
Insane.
I would be insane. It's like yeah, I survived 2 fucking games. They're right here.
Well, with that, guys, that's our conclusion to the Saw franchise. We ranked, we reviewed, we've discussed our traps, and we've come to the end. Join us next week as we talk about the movies that we don't like. And up first is going to be Maria. Maria, what bad horror movie are we watching next week?
We are going to watch Drag Me to Hell. I hate that movie. It's so stupid. But like when I first watched it, I thought it was satire, and then when I saw that people were serious, I was very confused. So that's my pick. Drag Me to Hell.
Well, hopefully, the movie isn't that bad and doesn't drag us all down to hell. Thank you guys so much for listening. Join us next week. Good night. The Haddonfield Horrors Podcast is a Letters to Media production. If you like this episode, please be sure to check out Haddonfield Horror's past reviews from big franchises like Halloween, Friday the 13th, and the Chucky franchise, or one-off reviews like Us and Midsommar. You can follow Haddonfield Horrors on Instagram and TikTok, where the host posts updates and mini reviews. Full episodes are available on several podcasting platforms. If you're listening to us on YouTube, don't forget to please like and subscribe. Haddonfield Horror is produced by Mark Smart, Maria Perez, and Tuan Griffin. Edited by Mark Smart. Theme by Lethal Injections.
Should we do an intro?